What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Oil Change Podcast. We got Dom, we got Nick. So, guys, how's your guys' day today?
Good until I watch this shit.
Yeah, pretty
Nick, how was
much.
your day?
It was lovely. It was lovely. A
That's
little
great
work
to hear.
done. Went out for some drinks with a friend.
Nice.
Was like, I'll get Popeyes. I'll watch the boys. Maybe we'll rally a win. And yeah, like you boys are saying, it was good up until this fucking shit right here.
So, what was the problems tonight? Like, what initial thoughts, Nick, and then we'll go to Dom. What are you guys' initial thoughts on the game?
First off, I don't know if San Jose is ever going to lose again. They're going to go. What are they now? 2-10-1, 2-11-1.
Yeah,
They're going to win their next 68, whatever games
100%,
easily.
100%,
Absolutely.
100%.
Mackenzie Blackwood for Vezina, even though a fair bit of those shots I thought were soft, but I don't want to take away from him. We were texting over the game, this is what goaltending is.
Yes.
When the rest of the team isn't there, the goaltending is going to bail you out. So I'm still pro, goalie is the biggest area of concern.
You know who we need? Jack Campbell!
Nice 800 save percentage in the AHL. Let's go, boys. Let's go. We signed a 5 mil goalie. Let's go.
Nick, did you see the video I sent you? How does that go in? How it is impressive to let the puck go by.
Look, man, I'm sure I'll get flack for this, but I don't give a fuck. I don't feel bad. Enough with these pathetic losers. You're paid $5 million, and that's the performance you're putting on in the A. And you're not doing much better than the team you just left.
No.
This is pathetic. Well, I
Dom,
don't know. What do you guys think? What were your
Dom,
thoughts?
what was your
while
thoughts on
watching
the
this?
game, Dom? Dom, what was your thoughts?
I seen one player that played good today, and it was Darnell Nurse. I give him credit for that. Everyone
Back-to-back
else,
games.
Yes.
Back-to-back good games.
100%.
everyone else, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Just skating out there like a bunch of bums. I seen Brick kids at the Brick tournament play better than the Edmonton Oilers. The Brick tournament. They're 10 years old. 10.
Okay, when I was watching the game, first, I don't even know this. We're so bad. We are so poverty. Like Skinner, every 5 shots, it was a goal. And yeah, they weren't even that his fault. The first one, I don't even remember. Holloway,
There were none of them were
literally
his fault
pinched
this
on that. Oh, he
game.
went to the point instead of going to the guy that was in the slot, which why are you going to the blue? There's a guy sitting in the slot, sitting there. Holloway looks back and just skates the other way.
This is what I seen. We got outworked. We got outworked by San Jose. We were playing at their level.
And my thing is, this is the one thing. We called up Pickard. Why did he not start today?
So
Skinner is so bad.
I don't know that I had optimism, but I had a sense of oh, good, Jay Woodcroft is going to coach tonight. When I saw, and I think we all talked about it earlier in the day too, all three centers are centering separate lines.
Yeah,
and Hamlin's going to add some juice down there in the fourth. Okay, sure. But then Stewie coming out of, practice and warmups and stuff, I'm like, what? I understand, I guess, the psyche if you want to run him and say, all right, you're the ace. But at what point do you not look at this and be like, we're just going to give you a mental break for a few days, give Pickard a couple of games, San Jose, Seattle, whatever, and just get his feet wet.
This would have
could have been different, could not have been. I don't know. Like you guys said, the goals weren't entirely Stewie's fault. I thought he was slow. I thought he had some slow reaction time, but still, he was not the worst player today. But
exactly.
would we not have more swagger or confidence if we had a stud between the what is it? Is it the team failing him? Is it him failing the team? Is it a collective just dump? What do you guys think? What's
outworked?
How can we keep asking what's wrong with this team? It's everything.
I think it's Skinner. He's so slow. There was one.
No, it's both our goalies. Both our goalies have shocking reactions. It's got to be the goalie coach.
No, you can't even say that. Campbell has really good when it's a 2-on-1. Campbell gets over there fast.
He gets over there fast, but then
that
a
2-on-1 goal, Skinner
dump on net, and that's in the net.
Skinner literally looked on that 2-on-1. He was here, and then it literally looked like he was going in slow motion to the other side. It looked like he tripped a little bit over something. I was like, that's why. Yes, that was a very hard goal to save, but he's so slow. He's so slow. I honestly thought this was gonna be a blowout game. I thought we were gonna play really well. I was actually McDavid and Draisaitl aren't on the same lines. And
what does he do? What does he do?
Yeah,
guys, tell me what he does.
Puts them back on the same line.
When
I mean, he
shit goes
had
to
to.
shit, Jay Woodcroft decides to put
Next
McDavid
question.
and
Next
Drysdale.
question. Next question. Next question. Is Jay Woodcroft gone
He's gone.
tomorrow?
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and he's dead. He's done.
I think this is like fast track succession plan. I think Ken Holland's gone. I think at least Woodcroft and Manson, if not the bench is gone. And then like, dude, you need reinforcements. This is not okay. You're
Oh my
at a
God.
point where you now have to spend a first and a second to move out money, to then spend a first and a second and a player to bring in a goalie, a defenseman.
Someone
You
on
need
Twitter
help.
just tweeted, as Jay Woodcroft and Dave Manson walked the ice like after the game, Woodcroft appears to say that might be it to Manson. Then Manson replied with, "Yep."
Wow.
Just like that. I think he has a good he has a good win percentage in the league too, Jay Woodcroft. I think he's like 660, I think.
The
I
part that
seen.
annoys me, this is every
65 win
season.
percentage.
This is
Yeah,
every season. Every
65.
season we go through a really bad stretch, we just get a new coach. Why don't we just get new players? Like get a goalie.
At what point is it not on the players? Like, I know I said what I said about Woody, and I still stand by some of those things where it's like, dude, come on. But these players, man, like you've gotten now what, your 9th, 10th, 11th coach fired in however many years?
Let's say Woodcroft
And like
goes.
Ken Holland, too, man. Are you fucking
Yes.
kidding me? You're
Yes.
gonna be able to make these decisions. You put this roster together.
Like who? Let's say Woodcroft goes. Who's coming in?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know.
I
Who's out there?
Only person I thought was Daryl Sutter, but I mean he's not good.
Yeah,
Da-
true. And no,
Dale Sutter, no, will not work. Drysdale would be the worst player in the NHL if he was under Daryl Sutter.
the talk was Gerard Gallant. Good like
Oh.
short-term option. Up until the second Chicago scandal that came in wake, and I hope that victim is, going through this okay. And also like quick shout out like Freddie Anderson, hope you feel better, hope you get through, recover well with those blood clots and stuff. There's a lot of like sadness going on right now. But
Yeah.
I don't want to say this was like media saying it, just like the talk around the internet, like, oh, Edmonton should like reach out to the NHL about Quenneville. And then literally like a few days later, another Black Ace came forward that they were victimized by the
That's what
coach.
that's what
And so
Dom
like
was saying.
Quenneville's never going to coach again in the NHL. So to your guys' point, I don't know who can coach this team. I don't know who can manage this team. But like Jeff Jackson and Daryl Cates, that like this is salary like robbery. These players, these coaches, these managers, you gotta stop now.
Ken Holland.
Like financially, this can't be wise.
Ken Holland, highest paid GM.
Highest paid GM.
And he doesn't
Highest
do
paid
Highest
GM.
paid GM.
And he doesn't do
$5 million
anything.
bucks. No.
Like I honestly think because Picker didn't start, I don't know if this is me that thought it. Maybe he's not starting because maybe we're on the market for a goalie. Like I don't know because I don't know because like why call him
It's
up
all
if
up in
we're
the
not
air
gonna
right
play
now.
him?
It's all up in the air.
I wonder if the team would have just had a bit more sense of urgency. Like it felt very, pad the stats heavy in the first with the amount of shots going in. I didn't get to all of it. I appreciate you guys filling me in while I was like rushing back home.
Yeah.
But then in the second period, we went like 11 minutes without a shot, and then had 7 in the
Yes.
last like 3. Sure. But like there was no urgency, and I wonder if maybe having Picard there, like, all right, like let's let this guy's first one, kind of like when we put Matty Berlin in, like,
Yeah.
the team was just so get this guy some wins, get him a couple pucks, but like get him the win for sure. He's coming in to close out the game. Like, don't do anything stupid. Can't we just play that all the time? Just don't do stupid things. Hockey.
No, like what's one thing like do you think we're playoff do you think we're gonna make the playoffs?
Like emotionally, no, and like thinking about it, how can you? I think they said on the broadcast today they have to play at a 103-point pace from here on. They have 2 wins, and they just lost to San Jose in regulation.
Thank you. One of our friends in our group chat's like, oh my God, it's only we have like 60 whatever more games left. We just lost to the Sharks.
You have to win like 49 of those games then. That's not
Yes.
going to happen with this team.
No. I don't even know. I don't know.
It's
like
speechless.
was McDavid was flying tonight. McDavid, this was his like one of his best games of the season, I thought. Drysdale, Drysdale seems so lazy. Like it's actually hard to watch. It's
Like
so
playing,
hard to watch.
Yeah.
I don't.
What do you guys think? Do you think playoffs? What do you think? Like, how do you think it's going to ride out?
You can go down.
Playoffs. Well, right now, as I'm sitting here right now, I'm saying no. They ain't making the playoffs with this. Like, unless I see some massive change in a coach or a massive trade, I do not see us even, like you said, what was it, 100 and something, 103,
I
103.
think that's what I heard on the broadcast while I was watching.
103?
A 103-point pace is what they need, based on last year's statistics.
Unless we pull a Boston from last year, just don't lose. I
Or
do
St.
not
Louis
see
in
this happening.
2019 or 18, whenever they won the cup.
Yeah. I'm speechless right now. I don't know
I,
what to say. I just don't know what we can do right now. Firing coach, we've been doing this for the last 10 years. It works for a good year or two, and then they just get fired again. It's like we're in a circle. We live in a circle.
yeah,
We play
I don't
good, then
know.
we play shit, then the coach gets fired.
Honestly, if we make changes and somehow we get a really good goal, I don't even know because we'd go on a 5-game winning
I
streak,
don't
lose, and then we'd lose a couple more, then go on a maybe 2-game winning streak, lose. How do you come back from
I
this? You're
don't
two
even know
and
if a
nine.
goalie's gonna help at this point.
Can
No,
I ask you guys this then? Do you think, because I know there's a lot of hesitation at doing a lot of change all at once, do you think that maybe going through all of it and like ripping off the band-aid, like, all right, GM's fired, coaching staff fired, this person is your interim coach, this person's your interim GM, like these are the placeholders for now, and maybe there's some like brand name people, sure. And then also by the end of the week or within the next few days, player traded, we acquired such and such. Like, do you think maybe doing a insane amount of moves in the next like 4 or 5 days could be a good thing at this point then, instead of doing one move this week, one move next week? Because clearly waving Campbell wasn't enough.
I personally think they will not do that. They will not do that. It could help. I don't know if that would be the answer, just firing
No,
everyone.
I mean it more
I
like, would a lot of change not help? Like, wouldn't a lot of change help more than just one step every like week?
I agree. I agree what you're saying. I just do not see a way where the Oilers will ever get
Ken
rid of
Holland's
everyone
not
at
doing
once.
that. Ken Holland's not doing that. Even though if he still has a job, he's not doing that.
It's
Like
his
how
last year.
like how does I don't know. I don't know. Like
Just
we're
today, it's
actually
just been a
so
bad
bad.
day. Just seeing Jack Campbell 800 in the A, and then we lose to the worst team in the NHL. It's beyond shocking. They had
Are we
18 shots.
are we
18
like
shots.
we're the worst team in the league right
We
Yes,
now.
are
right now.
tied with San Jose as
Yes.
literally the worst team in the National Hockey League.
How do you put 41 shots on net and do not score on a
It's
Mackenzie Blackwood?
wait, let me tell you, because goalies can win you games, and that's what Mackenzie Blackwood did.
He
I
won
would
them the
take
game.
I
He
would
won
take
them the game,
Mackenzie
yes.
Blackwood. I would take Mackenzie Blackwood over
100%.
if they said right now you could take Mackenzie Blackwood, I would take him instantly.
And after that performance, if Ken Holland calls Mike Greer, Greer's going to be like, the conversation starts at a first, a prospect, or like a young NHL player. Like, it's going to be high because that dude just robbed you in front of your
Yeah,
own
he had
face.
a 951 save percentage. Just seeing
Oh,
this right now. Jesus Christ.
he had a
Absolutely
951
dominated.
today.
Wow.
951.
How much does Skinner have?
Let me see. We go to Oilers, and then Skinner has a 833. Typical Oiler under 900.
Eight
So
833.
15 shots,
833.
18 on 18.
Even
I
even
I just don't I don't know what to say. Like we just do not get like our players just not do not play up to their contracts and to their level. They just do not perform.
no.
At what point, like you say, Nick, all the time, what point is the players accountable? They have to
Yeah,
be accountable. The coach, we change the coach every 2 years. It's the
you're
same
right.
circle. We live in a circle.
You're right.
I know he's gonna get fired tomorrow. I know he's to blame too. Like I'm not saying Jay Woodcroft has done
No, of
nothing wrong.
course. I do agree with you now as well. Like, I was upset in those moments because I'm like, you had an opportunity to at least send a message, and hopefully that would bring out a better result in future games. But now it's at a point where it's like none of that even matters. This team is just flawed from all angles. So you're absolutely right in that priority one is this team is just not it. This
Even
isn't the answer.
even Ryan Whitney, the guy that they just got, the defenseman that he's really good, right? Why
Yeah.
Ryan Whitney said, why couldn't we get that guy? Why couldn't we get what was his name? The guy that literally just got traded to the Sharks. It was
Oh,
like
Cale Addison.
Yeah,
he's good, right?
Callum or Cale Addison.
He's
Yeah,
good,
from
right?
Minnesota.
He's
Yeah.
good, right? Why couldn't
it's
we
not
get him?
bad.
Very
He was
great
a
today.
third round pick.
So what about this conversation at the start of the season when apparently Vancouver was shopping Sam Lafferty, and Toronto was shopping Sam Lafferty, and they had
Yes.
interest in Vinny Desharnais, and apparently Edmonton said no. Are you kidding me? You mean
Yes.
you didn't want? He has
You
what,
see,
6 points,
you see how he's playing right now on the
3
Vancouver
goals or
Canucks.
4 goals in like 5 games with
He's a
Vancouver.
perfect bottom six
Perfect.
player.
Perfect fit.
He would.
Perfect
The
fit.
Oilers were interested when he was on Chicago before Toronto got him and all that. I just do not understand why we just have this thing with Vinny Darnay. I've seen today he was shocking, absolutely atrocious again today. Typical Vinny Darnay performance. The only reason he's up right now is because he scored a stupid goal at the Heritage Classic. That was basically Kane's goal.
That, and he's 6'7" or 6'8" or whatever.
They
Like
think he's the next Zdeno Chara.
he's
Like he's
nothing.
not.
How are you telling me that we could have flipped him for Sam Lafferty, called up Philip Broberg, and at least that's a new look? That's an option. Now you have Philip Broberg, who you drafted before. I was looking through it. I think that was the same draft class as like Spencer Knight, Shane Pinto,
Cole Caulfield. Guess who
Caulfield, Trevor
scored in overtime
Zegras.
today? Guess who scored in overtime today? Cole
Cole
Caulfield. Bar down. Bro, imagine that player on the Edmonton Oilers. I know we say this about the draft and that, but we can't go back. I know the draft is random. It's all luck. But having that big of a player on there, like just seeing Broberg in the AHL right now and Caulfield in the NHL just performing at a superstar level is beyond like me. I just don't know.
And to finish out that thought, man, like Philip Broberg drafted 4 years ago. What is he doing in the minors? Make
Usually
a decision. Make a
3.
decision.
3.
Yeah, 2, 3, especially if you're drafted within the top 10.
Exactly.
Make a decision. Is he
No,
staying or not?
It's because our team's too worried about the future when we have the two best players in the world, and we're like, okay, we'll keep Broberg just for the future. Trade him right now.
I
Bro, I'm
said this
telling you.
last podcast. Jacob Chiprin available. It could cost Philip Broberg. Why in the fuck did we not do that? Jacob Chiprin on the Ottawa Senators right now is balling out. He's a baller. He's a baller.
That's great.
Injury
and I
issues.
think they only
Like-
traded a first and a second.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Maybe
And we couldn't
another
do that?
thing in that.
And
We
in
could have
turn-
given him that and more. We could have given him more. We could have done the I said this last podcast too. We could have done the Ekholm and Chiprin trade that year, but we just he's at a low contract too. He's at a very fair deal.
Yeah, so affordable. Yeah. And he's still signed, I think, through next season as well.
Yes.
So like he's like 4.6, and he had a little bit of term left too. Like it was just such a slam dunk option. But
And Arizona
what, like-
probably would have ate some of that contract if you gave him more too.
probably more than whatever the 4% that Nashville's eating on Ekholm.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I have a question. Last question. Do you guys have faith in this team? Where do you guys see this team going? And for end of the season, where do you guys see this team?
End of the season? You're talking about end of the season? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I see a new management. That's what I see.
I'm going to quickly pull up standings here. I see Edmonton finishing basically where they are now, 7th in the Pacific Division.
Do you think like we're gonna be a lottery team?
Oh my god, me man.
Like we are literally. Oh.
This was our year too. You know how sad that is?
That's
Connor
Copper
Brown's
Bust.
the answer.
Everyone
Copper
had
Bust.
us win.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Bust.
Everybody
Okay,
on
but,
TSN,
like-
everybody on TNT, everybody on Sportsnet, everybody.
Okay, but like, did you expect it to be this much of a bust?
No.
No.
Like I thought if it was be a bust, we'd make it to the playoffs, get kicked out first round.
Is Connor McDavid? Actually, maybe I'll put it this way: is this team's like giant downfall worse than Huberdeau's downfall from Florida to Calgary? Like his points as a downfall, is this worse than that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not worse than that.
No.
I'll put that right now. It's not worse than that.
How?
And he's making $10 million and he's not even producing at 30-point rate. It's bad, but I'm
Edmonton
going to
has a
say this
payroll
right
of
now.
like $83 million, and we have 5 points.
I'll give you that. It's fair. It's fair, but I'm not saying it's worse.
I don't want to knock on him. Like kudos to Calgary for
They had to make that
rally
trade.
around him. That's great. I don't have that in me right now for this team. I'm so beyond this pathetic product.
I'm looking at the shots per period. They didn't even hit over 10 in one period.
San
We
Jose
had
didn't.
over we had over 10 in each period. Like, why could like
Good.
it's offense production too. That's a thing too. We are so. I'm not saying unlucky. We are unlucky at a point, but we got to finish, man. These guys are getting paid to finish.
Yeah.
There's unluck in the season, but this is unacceptable.
And I just the part that's gonna piss me off is McDavid's doing nothing. I know McDavid's in his locker room like this right now. He's just changing. He's not saying anything.
Probably
Like we need a captain on this team, man.
a leader.
Like yeah,
Several, a few.
I bet Dreisaitl's not even saying anything. I bet that locker room right now is dead silent. They're all just changing right now.
You saw it on the bench during like TV timeouts when they would circle back, during like stoppage and play when they would pan to the bench, especially when they were put back on the same ice. Zero communication between themselves at the bench, just sitting there, dead face, looking upset. Like,
They just have no emotion.
come on. Come on. You wear letters on your chest, and this is how you expect to lead. This is how you expect to lead this team out of the basement of the NHL now.
Oh, man, how did we lose to the Sharks, man? The Sharks. They let 20 goals in 2 games. 20 goals.
They are so bad. How did
And we played at their level. We
Not
played at
only
their
that,
level.
they won 2 1-goal games. Granted, we scored late in the third, sure, but like the point is, they had enough of a lead that was okay. They
My
won
God.
2 1-goal games. Philly and Edmonton. Edmonton hasn't won a 1-goal game yet this season. 6-1 and 5-2. And 45 fucking losses, whatever the number is. 10
Okay.
losses.
Last question. We play the Kraken on Saturday. What are guys' score predictions?
I think the Kraken came back and won today, right?
Yeah, they beat
Yep.
Colorado 5-4.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna make a prediction because every time I make a prediction, it just doesn't even matter.
4-1 Seattle, Pickard starting.
I'll do that too.
Crazy
4-1.
stuff's gonna happen. Campbell's gonna get called up back to the NHL. He's gonna get a shutout. We're gonna win 7-0. Let's go. I love the Oilers.
I'll have whatever you're having.
Oh my god. Okay,
800
guys.
save percentage in the A is beyond me.
That goal you sent me, pathetic.
Bro's just standing there.
I could say, I swear to God, I could save that.
Did you see how slow it was moving? I'm
Bro's just
so
sitting
past just being okay with people being a nice guy. Be a good fucking hockey player.
Like this guy was just sitting there picking his nose, let the puck just roll right by him.
That's exactly what I hate too about Oilers Twitter. He's a nice guy. He's a
I don't
nice
give
guy.
a fuck.
You play
You're either
you
toothless
play
or
good
ruthless.
first, then you can be a nice guy.
Sure.
But these people think, oh, just because he's nice, he deserves a $5 million contract. Get this guy out of the fucking league, bro. Get this guy out of my face,
Yeah,
man.
I honestly think Campbell's done. Like he's done. He's
Oh, he's
done.
finished.
He's never gonna be back in the NHL.
I was just gonna ask you a last question too. What did we see the last of Campbell in another uniform? Sounds like
100%.
yes.
There's no way this management's like, you know what? It's only his one game. He has to adapt to the AHL. It's the AHL. He should have went there tonight and let in like 0 or 1 goals.
Do you
That
see
should be
the
his-
Pickards and Rodriguez, the save percentage? He has a lower save percentage than both of them in the A.
Yes.
Like just think about that.
Right now we are paying a goalie $5 million to play in the AHL.
He was making that. He was making $750K 6 years ago to play at the NHL. Like you said, I think you sent me this. Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Listen,
5
Nick,
mil
this
to
is the
just-
most inspirational thing. Jack Campbell was making $700,000 in the AHL. Now he's making $5 million in the AHL. Nick, remember, always chase your dreams.
Yeah, you can
Fuck
just
this, man.
hug the post and let the puck go in the net. It was probably going 1 mile per hour. I put that on God. That puck wasn't even moving.
No. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Oilers are cup bound. We can't wait to see it. Stanley Cup, it's ours.
We want the cup.
Not this year.